Milltown's Best video.
Well, hello there, everybody. It's me. It's Super Dave Teschendorf, and you're watching Milltown's Best. Well, if there's one thing I know for certain, everybody, is there is no shortage of drama in the commentary community. We have our normal faces that are usually prone to attracting drama, and this guy always seems to be into something. And of course, I'm talking about Tipster. Tipster is an awesome YouTuber who's garnered quite a following on YouTube. He has a predominantly female fan base, and these ladies will do anything for Tipster. They truly bow down to this man, and Tipster is no gorgeous, good-looking man. I mean, who am I to judge another man's looks? But he's average all the way around. I mean, there's no other way to put it. But Tipster has got himself into some drama, and to be honest, while this was all going on, I wasn't too involved. I didn't really give it too much thought until Tipster just released his addressing the drama. So I'm gonna pull up this video right now and let's watch it together, guys.
Tipster here, and I wanted to take a moment to respond to the situation that unfolded on Twitter a few days ago and kind of give my thoughts on the matter. In the past, when situations have gone on involving me, I have just kind of taken it laying down and allowed people to kind of come to their own conclusions or whatever, and I've decided I'm not going to do that this time. There is far too much misinformation and
Real quick, on a side note, before we dive into this whole response, when and who created this whole let's play video games while talking about a topic? Maybe I just don't have the attention span to focus on somebody's words while watching gameplay, but it is the stupidest thing, in my opinion, to address a serious issue like this while playing Donkey Kong Country. Right there shows that he is not taking this issue seriously, and maybe that's the point. But guys, can we try a little bit harder? I mean, I love playing Gems of War, but would you guys like to watch me play Gems of War while I'm talking about Tipster drama? I don't know, just something personal taste. Let's go back into it. Tipster, tell us more.
misrepresentation of this situation going on, some of which is bad faith, and some of which is purely based off of ignorance. And as a result, people are coming to conclusions about my character and who I am as a person that aren't even remotely accurate, and I want an opportunity to clear that up. Now, I understand that not everyone uses Twitter here, and trust me, your life is much better.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, Tipster. I am not a fan of Twitter. I use it to promote my new videos, but the people that I see in the commentary community that are always involved in drama are those that are addicted to Twitter. They are on Twitter 24/7, and I feel like if they would just stay off the Twitter, there would be no controversies, there would be no drama. I feel that Twitter is an avenue for troublemakers, for bad actors, and I think Tipster got sucked into it. We haven't even gotten to what the issue was yet, but I can almost guarantee there would be no issue if Twitter was not involved. Just saying.
Twitter is a very cancerous place, and the last place any kind of discourse should take place, which is kind
Agreed.
of part of the problem in this particular situation. But anyway, on Twitter there was a big commotion that started surrounding a friend of mine known as Rum, a picture she liked.
Since it's the bane of Tipster's existence, a female creator. If you guys follow Tipster at all, this man hangs off what's a good word? The areolas. This man is constantly hanging off the areolas of other females. He is always helping the smaller female creator. Notice I didn't say male. Tipster is never quick to take the side of his male creator friends, but whenever he goes out on a limb for somebody, best believe they're female, always. Even the situation with Salvo Pancakes, where he said he would forgive Salvo for saying the things he did about his wife if he donated $100 to this female's campaign. Tippy, you're always getting in trouble over the females. And again, here's another prime example. Let's go back to the video, guys.
And my defense of her regarding this picture. Now, I get it, some of you are all probably already confused.
Wait, did he say this is all over a picture? A picture, as in a photograph. We're talking about Tipster drama over a picture? Okie dokie, guys. Let's buckle in for this one. This is gonna be a fun one.
How does liking a picture cause drama? Well, the argument was made that this picture may be inappropriate, that this picture may be qualified as something known as lolly. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with lolly, lolly is anime-inspired art depicting children.
Guys, we opened the box of worms, the can of worms. This is, leave it to the commentary community to talk about lolly, which in my opinion means Lolita, but I don't know if our users or people know much about Lolita. They call it lolly now, I guess. But leave it to the commentary community to bring in some child sexual acts. It seems like everybody in this community likes to call each other pedophiles and sexual deviants, and people are into some twisted stuff. So let's just get this right. Lolly means anime of children in sexual positions, or does it have to be sexual? This is a little over my head here, guys. But like I said, leave it to the commentary community to call stuff out like this. Tipster, are you going to educate us on lolly? Let's find out here.
And where that becomes an issue is when these pictures depict a child in an inappropriate manner.
Okay,
so some of the people had seen the picture that she liked and that it was in her likes on Twitter, took issue with it and interpreted it to be lolly. Now, for obvious reasons, I cannot show the picture here. But the only thing...
If he cannot show this picture, it's inappropriate. YouTube's standards and practices state if it is suggestive, you cannot show it. So obviously this is an inappropriate picture, whether this woman liked it or not. I don't understand why Tipster is getting involved in this. This sounds like a her issue, but I bet you he was white knighting, and that's what got him sucked into all this.
I will say is that it was not a fully nude picture, and it was not depicting a child engaged in any kind of sex act.
Then why can't you show it?
For sure, but somewhat ambiguous in my opinion at the time. But a bit of a conversation regarding...
Wait. It's somewhat ambiguous? Dude, it's either ambiguous or it's not. You can't say it's somewhat. That means it is. That means if YouTube says you can't show it, it's too suggestive. Which means this lady shouldn't have been promoting it, in my opinion. Do what you want. This is America. We have freedoms and we have all this. And lolly, Lolita, child, cartoon, real life, whatever you like, leave it to the commentary community to call people out. But if this is all about Tipster supporting somebody who liked a picture, it's gotta be a slow news day. It has to be. I mean, because seriously, guys, what are we talking about here?
This image started taking place in some of the sub-communities on Twitter. And some of the people having these conversations were starting to present an opinion of my friend in a negative light because of this picture being in her Twitter likes.
Well, yeah, okay.
I wasn't aware this was happening. I literally had no idea this was going on at all. But when she reached out to me to discuss this, I became aware of it. And needless to say, I know my friend. I know they aren't into that kind of shit. I know they aren't a bad person. So of course, I had something to say about the matter. And on
Tippy had something to say about the matter. I'm gonna be your white knight. I'll come to your rescue. I'll save you, my dear. And all it's going to cost you is my dignity. I feel seriously. Who is Tippy, Tipster, Bob to say these things? I mean, it's always the women who are getting Tipster in trouble. This guy is a happily married man. He has a job that is not YouTube. He makes good money outside of YouTube, not counting the YouTube money. And he's gonna jeopardize all that to white knight some female who liked a picture of anime children in suggestive positions? Am I getting all this? This is either a really slow news day or people are getting really nitpicky. Now, I haven't seen this picture, and I'm not going to go looking for it because I don't want that on my computer, just to be honest with you. Whether it's cartoon or not, I don't need that anywhere near my IP address. Just saying.
On Twitter, I said the following. I see the usual suspects are trying to call someone out for, quote, liking lolly, unquote, when they don't know what the fuck lolly actually is. Some things never change.
Okay, is this a base take, yes or no? Liking lolly. Okay, I don't know. Tippy, I just feel like this wasn't your place to say anything. Why do you have to come to this woman's defense? She's probably a smaller creator. She's got these peaks and valleys she's gonna have to navigate on her own. Why does she need the almighty Tipster to come to her defense. You notice she's not getting any hate. She's not getting any problems. It's you who's taking the brunt of all this, Tipster. I feel bad for you, but this topic is odd. This is the one thing I hate about the commentary community, is that everybody's so quick to use the word pedophile, Lolita. They're talking about cartoons, anime, and it's heavy stuff. And can we just go back to talking about celebrity news and gossip and rumors? Not this person's a pedo, this person's this person likes boys, this person likes little girls, this person likes cartoon sex while driving around in midgets in a car. I mean, you could say so many different things. And Tipster, if this is really the shit that got you in trouble, you need to take a step back and reevaluate your circle on the internet, because seriously, this sounds like a issue for her, not for you. Why are you getting sucked into all this? It's crazy. I don't know, guys. Let's keep listening to more of this.
Now, the reason I said this was twofold. First, the obvious. A friend of mine was in the crossfire, and I did what any good friend would do. I defended them. And second, I have seen conversations about Lolly happen in this community in the past that were insanely overblown. I have literally seen people...
We're in the commentary community, Tipster. Of course things are gonna be overblown. This whole story is overblown, if you ask me. This is seriously over somebody liking a tweet. Wow, this is insanity.
Cast out of this community over liking anime art that was completely harmless. Yet for some reason, this community saw an issue with it and went on the attack. And as a result,
why can't we as a commentary community just have one basic rule? Now, I know Salvo Pancakes and Xylee and all these people say there are no rules, but why can't we have one rule? Don't bring up kids, don't show kids, leave kids alone. Seriously, there should be absolutely no room for anything like this in the commentary community. Whether it brings in the clicks or not, it's taboo. It should remain taboo. Whether it's cartoon, real life, whether it's done in oils, pastels, watercolors, or film, leave the children out of the content. Please, guys, there is no room for it. Can we agree on that? Leave children out of the commentary community. Leave the word pedophile out of the commentary community. There should be no room for this. At least on my channel, this is the only time I'm going to be talking about it. Tipster, this drama is crazy. I can't believe you got sucked into it. And you got sucked into it. And you could say it's because you were being a good friend. As a viewer, as a casual viewer of yours, Tipster, this seems like you are being the white knight. You're being the big, great YouTuber who's coming to this lady's rescue. Don't worry, I'll save you, my dear. I'll put my tweet out there and it will absolve you of all your sins. And that's what it seems like. And it really is raining poop on you now, bro. And you have nobody to blame for it but yourself, when you could have just kept your circle small and this whole controversy would have never happened.
Result of those incidents in the past, I kind of have a real personal gripe with the commentary community and their take on this issue, which I think is often a really ill-informed take. So I tweeted out this tweet, and this sparked a massive debate between myself and the rest of the community about whether this image was lolly or not. And to sum up my position as best as I possibly fucking can, my position was literally just this. Is this image lolly? And if so, why? And oddly enough, that somehow got twisted into Tipster is a lolly defender, Tipster likes lolly, Tipster is a...
Tipster, this shouldn't have anything to do with you. This is a battle that needs to be fought by the woman who liked the tweet. Whether she did it on purpose or whether she did it intentionally or not, this is her battle. Why are you feeling the need to fight another person's battles? Male or female, it is not your place. You got dragged in this on your own accord, and now you have nobody to blame for it but yourself.
Fan of lolly, and none of that is accurate to anything that I said at all. Literally none of it. People started going nuts on Twitter about how it was a lolicon, and people started firing up live streams to dissect every word, when all I was really asking was, is this really lolly? Anyway, before I move on, let me make...
Just saying, if you have to ask, it probably is. Not gonna even lie about it. If you have to ask, it probably is.
This crystal fucking clear. I do not like lolly content. I do not approve of the creation or consumption of lolly content, and I do not defend lolly content under any circumstances.
Why do you have to even say that?
The existence of lolly content, and I never will.
You shouldn't even have to say that,
now,
though,
we did
Tipster.
eventually come to the conclusion that this was actually lolly based on some digging we did on the account that originally posted it.
Well, no shit. If you got several people saying, dude, this is inappropriate, this is quote unquote lolly, you should be staying away. Why are we even touching this topic, guys? It's driving me nuts.
Well, actually, it was Shota. Basically lolly, but for male characters, for those of you who are unaware. But we were basically able to find translated tweets of the artist referring to it as a young boy. Which is also kind of funny in its own way because everyone was arguing about how it looked like a little girl, and it was actually a boy.
I'm sorry, cuz none of this is funny. This is fucking sick. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anybody who feels the need to debate this or talk about, is this inappropriate picture? How can we inappropriately categorize this inappropriate picture? It's tacky, it's sick, and it disgusts me. The fact of the matter is, though, Tippy, this is not your battle. This is not your arena, even. Get the hell away from it. Why are we even talking about this, cuz?
Now, don't get me wrong, it's still inappropriate, but this is why I was asking the questions I was asking. We knew fuck all about the character that was depicted in this image, and yet judgment calls were being made about it, and I was just looking for a bit of clarification, just to be sure. And once we got that clarification, I conceded my fucking point and moved on. Done deal. Now, if you want to make the criticism that my argument was a dumb argument to make, fair enough. In hindsight, I wouldn't even disagree with you.
I'm not saying it's a dumb argument. I'm saying it's not your argument to have, Tipster. This is an issue for the creator, not for the almighty Tipster, the big bad superhero Tipster, the white knight Tipster, to come in and rescue this woman from her poor choices. It's not your place, and you always seem to be doing this. You have a proclivity for helping females on the internet and white knighting them and being the almighty savior to these small creators. And it shows. Tipster, you gotta stop that, bud. You gotta stop it.
Mainly because of the way this community acts when it comes to this subject. But even I can own up to my...
The subject is taboo. The subject should not even be approached unless if you're handling it with kid gloves. Seriously, this is a subject that should be handled by professionals and people that can truly do the right, appropriate research. Just going out and calling somebody a pedophile or a lolly liker is inappropriate. This whole subject is uncomfortable and nasty and should be not talked about.
My own faults here. This was not an argument that even I am equipped to tackle properly. But in my opinion, my biggest mistake was trying to have this conversation in this community because they too aren't equipped to tackle this conversation properly. And the really fucked up thing is that this could have been a very positive and productive learning moment, not just for me, but the entire community. But unfortunately, this community doesn't have the intellectual capacity to have these kinds of conversations.
Now, for you to go and attack your viewers, essentially that's what you're doing. You're in this commentary community. Your viewers are fans of this commentary community. So essentially you're saying your viewers are dumb and they can't handle such a topic. No, I feel like you're saying that because they're calling you out on something, Tipster. You gotta give them their props. Seriously, I feel that the viewers could handle this if it was approached the right way, but it shouldn't be brought up. This should just be something that is not tolerated, talked about in this community, period.
Instead, people are more preoccupied with finding the next big story and firing up live streams to make snap judgments instead of actually trying to understand where I was coming from. The only person who was willing to be charitable and hear my arguments at the time and understand where I was coming from was Paige Christie, and I did.
Gotta leave it to Paige. Paige, you're always being brought up in the news in positive ways. I've always talked positively about you. You see both sides of the story. You do your research. You handle things right. And I guarantee you, Paige herself probably would say, this is not your battle, Tipster. Why are you being brought into a battle that is not... You didn't like the picture, did you? I'd hope not, Tipster. I'd hope you didn't like that picture. This woman, this female, liked the picture, and you white knighted and came to her rescue.
Did not deserve her charitability, considering I have been a colossal dick to her in the past. And again, I really want to hit home the point that these people often have no idea what they are talking about when it comes to this topic. Just as an example, as part of this conversation, the topic of chibi art came up, and Doc on the radio, who was chiming in on all of this, didn't even know what chibi art was. Even worse, the people claiming to be experts, who claimed to know what it was, weren't even giving an accurate interpretation of what it is. I mean, the bar is so low in regards to what qualifies as lolly that someone made a thread on Twitter with examples that had fully clothed, non-sexualized characters, and I saw that and I just scratched my head like, how? Like, I'm not even joking.
This whole topic makes me sick, and I'm gonna stop this video right here, guys, because this is as uncomfortable as I think I've ever been on this channel. I don't want to discuss this anymore. It's really turning my stomach. Bottom line is, I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Tipster, this is not your battle. Let the small creator fight her own battles. Why is it up to the almighty Tipster to tell people what is appropriate and what is not appropriate? I feel that, Tipster, you have asked for this. Every little bit of cancellation you are receiving, as they say, every bit of bad publicity and bad press you are getting, you asked for, because you, as a white knight, came to this woman's rescue and said, I will take the heat off of you and put it on me. Essentially, that is what you did, and you have nobody to blame for this but yourself. Will the heat die down? Maybe, if you stop talking about it. This topic should not be talked about. Children are off limits. I don't know what else to say, guys. And with that, I'm going to get off of here. I love you guys, and go tell somebody else you love them too.